My dating life has been pretty non-existent since the quarantine started. It's just hard to meet people. I feel like I normally go out to bars or to wherever and just try to make conversation with people, but I find it difficult now that our only option is dating apps.
Well, the last time I saw her was like the last weekend before the pandemic started. And we were having issues before that. So, yeah, it's just been difficult to be apart. And, you know, like I don't want to date anybody else. I just want to, you know, hope that relationship works out. And so instead I'm using this time to work on myself and not distract myself with dating at all.
Okay, like how I explain it to the boys at work, I say, guys, I'm in a drought. However, I've never felt as good. So instead of settling for, you know, some girl, whatever, like that I meet at a nightclub and then, you know, like say bye the next day, I don't want to see her again. It's like, you know, like I'll hang tight, I'll feel great, and just wait for someone I like. You know what I mean? Yeah, my bar has been set a lot higher, so it's had a positive impact overall.
Alright. Quarantine has affected my relationship by you get to like live with the person and see what they're all about. So if you go into the relationship and have never lived together, only get to see each other on the weekends, etc. Sometimes you're forced to quarantine with each other at their parents' house, and you get to know where they come from and like what they grew up with. So you have a better understanding of what the person is as a whole, where they've come from, and like how they've developed as a person from their parents, even because you get to see the home, the town, the city that they grew up in, etc., and what they're all about. That's the big one.
Quarantine has helped me have lots of sex.
Intensity.
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that? I think sharing everything, things you would never think you were going to share. This side, I don't like this side.
Okay, yeah, that was your bad side, my bad. Okay, alright.
You want me to say that? You're gonna hate me though.
It doesn't matter, man.
Are you gonna ask me a question that I can answer?
No, just say what you just said, that was perfect.
Should I go?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually think more people are going on dates now from what I've heard, because I don't want to say because of mainly this, but I just feel like because everything's closed in the restaurants and whatnot, kind of men are taking that as like, yeah, I don't get to spend on these women, so I don't know if that shit's gonna work. So they're just going for like walks, which is like kind of ideal for them. So I don't think it's affecting anyone negatively.
So how has the
Coronavirus.
Do we have to introduce ourselves?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Well, my name is Marina.
My name is Daria.
My friends. We're friends.
And how has the coronavirus affected your dating life?
Honestly, I just feel like nothing really changes. Like, I am a student, so my school is online right now.
Your dating life.
My dating life.
Not day to day, your dating life.
Oh, shit.
She broke up with her boyfriend.
I was trying to hold. Oh my god. I was trying to not to look stupid in the video. I did not get the question.
Yeah.
My dating life. I broke up before. So honestly, it's really hard to like meet up people. I don't use shit like what is it called? Dating apps? No. What is it called?
Dating apps.
I don't know the names of it, but yeah, whatever. I don't know. I think it's really it's pointless. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise I think it's really hard because people are trying to, you know, stay away from each other.
Your guy's perspective on it, bud.
I don't know, man. It just makes it trickier, obviously, to approach people and whatnot, you know. But here I am today, still approaching people when and where I can and where I feel safe and shit. So like, it's just made it a little bit harder, but not impossible. But I'm definitely over it. Oh, Jesus Christ, for real.
Hello. My name's Alicia. This is Marissa. We are, I guess, quarantining together on and off. We are dating brothers, and our relationships have been pretty up and down. But in my perspective, it's kind of brought us closer because he's been home more, kind of been able to focus on himself, kind of reevaluate what his goals are in life. And it's been challenging because it's broadened my spectrum of how I'm able to support him more, actually, and what future might kind of look like. So I guess it's a positive aspect. Definitely more challenging because it's that finding the balance of what my needs are and what his needs are, and seeing, you know, how to separate them and how to notice what my patterns are. But yeah, it's been more of a positive aspect for me.
Oh my God, don't go to me. That was. Are you gonna ask me a question?
No, just give the answer.
It kind of sucks considering that I've been in a relationship for 7 years, and 2 weeks prior to Corona, I'm single, but I adapt easily, so.
You gonna ask it and then I answer, or like?
You already asked it, Scott.
Yeah, we're recording right now. Just give the answer.
So how has the quarantine affected my dating life?
Probably way better. No?
Who's this guy? He's giggling over there. I don't think dating really exists that much right now, to be honest.
A lot of walks.
It's
dates.
like most people aren't willing to meet up with you, right? It's more like FaceTiming, and then like, for me anyways, I'd rather not meet someone by FaceTiming because it's just not that enjoyable.
Meet them face to face.
I'd rather like talk to someone in person, but most people are not down for that, so it just doesn't work out that well.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so before Corona, we were hanging out a lot, but after it started, I think it just kind of forced our two worlds together, like, completely. Like, before, I don't know, I can't remember, like...
How it was before?
No, I'm saying we were hanging out a lot, but it became like magnified times 10, and it ended up being really good for the relationship. But we've all been quarantined together, so I don't know. We ended up getting a dog in Montreal, and came back, and that's brought us even closer too. So I think it's been positive overall. Like, honestly, none of us ended up getting sick. We've been pretty, like, staying away from people and everything, and no, I'm happy about it.
Alright. Quarantine isn't affecting my dating life because I don't date anyways. I just have hoes. Like, I have a bunch of hoes on the side, so if you got game, you got game, you know what I'm saying? No quarantine's gonna stop me.
Well, there was no dating life when I began, and there's no dating life during Corona, so I'm gonna say, yeah, it's has not had an effect on my dating life whatsoever.
Oh.
I didn't have one to begin with, so it's not much different.
Perfect.
So, as a single individual in the city of Toronto, I've found that the dating scene has really tightened its views on how you can get to know people. You'll find you can have text conversations for somebody for maybe about a week to 3 weeks before they either get bored, they fall off, something else becomes a bigger priority in their life, or you actually maintain a conversation. Unfortunately, I haven't maintained it past a 3-week time point.
That was good talk.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, kind of affected in the way where, like, I don't really go on dates much, and then I met her, and yeah, ever since then, I'm going on dates, social distance dates.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Well, I mean,
sorry, I'm so high.
You were in the relationships before coronavirus and all this shit started. You would probably spend more time with your BBG or BBB. Yeah, I don't know.
All right.